Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Beasties. Coming to you today from outside. It is again like almost 7:30 in the morning. And I did not wake up at 4 this morning. That's good. I did that for 3 days in a row. I did not do it today. And yeah, so I guess we'll start this off with a cheers, shall we? It's my big ass cup of tea. So cheers. If you're having coffee, please take an extra sip for me. And we're down to now that it's gotta be just the mental game. Today is starting day 4 without coffee. And I am truly blaming the lack of coffee on any and every thing that goes wrong this week. Missed your YouTube videos, no coffee. Sucked at CrossFit, no coffee. Cheated and had Chinese food last night. I wasn't gonna tell you that. No coffee. I haven't had Chinese food in months, and baby was sitting on me and he was eating really well, so it's like, I guess I'll eat too. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. So no coffee. Day 2 was horrendous. Day 3 was not much better. One of the reasons that I am sitting here is because there is no coffee pot outside, so I don't have to give the side eye to the coffee pot that's usually sitting about 5 feet away from where I do my computer work, which is what I really should be doing right now. But since we're sitting outside and it's kind of nice, it's not raining right now, I'm going to start my new book that I got. Came in the other day, so I'm going to get work on that, and then it's Star Wars stuff. And first, before we really get into anything, Beasties, make sure that there's only 2 days left, today and tomorrow, to the Mother's Day Tough Love giveaway, where you can win I will have 3 winners for this one, each winning the Mother's Day 2021 necklace, which is the triple shot necklace you can see here. Boing! That necklace, yes. Isn't it freaking gorgeous? Oh, I love this one. Yes, it's a bullet necklace. So you can enter to win that at bit.ly/toughlovegiveaway. Right? Because, I don't know. To me, I think some of the best love and the best advice we get from moms really on the tough love side. That could just be me. I don't know. Alright, so the no coffee challenge. It's really entered the mental. I have staved off any headaches with tea. So, this is not a cut caffeine challenge. This is just a cut coffee in the morning challenge. I am so looking forward to that first cup of coffee, probably Monday afternoon, if I'm being honest. That's probably when it will be. Yeah, but no, now it's the mental game. Now it's not that I need a cup of coffee. Like Monday and Tuesday and half of yesterday, maybe not yesterday, but Monday and Tuesday, I needed a cup of coffee. My brain was fuzzy. I couldn't remember, if we were having a conversation, I couldn't remember what we talked about 5 minutes ago. I don't think I got irritable, just easier to reach annoyance levels. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's what's been going on. And, a bad thing to this experiment is I'm really not liking tea. And I wonder if when the experiment is over, if I will go back to liking tea. And I think that the issue is just when you wake up in the morning, you're impatient, right? Right? Are you impatient? I'm impatient in the morning, and I can beeline to the coffee pot. And yes, okay, I might have to brew a pot of coffee. But then I have that pot of coffee and it's sitting there. I don't have a big teapot. Even if I pull down a teapot from somewhere that I don't know where, I can only really fit 2 cups of tea in any of my assorted teapots. And God, the Brown Betty makes a mess, and it's just ugh. I could deal with tea in the afternoon when I have patience. But in the morning, when you get up and you roll out of bed and you're stumbling down the hallway, smashing into the walls, holding on for dear life, staggering to the table, you hit the button to turn the coffee pot on, or maybe you were smart and you did it for an auto set or a timer set, so that beautiful coffee is ready to go in the morning. That doesn't happen with tea. Okay. I gotta fill the instant kettle. I gotta turn it on. I gotta pull down the tea bags. I gotta wait for the water to boil. Then I gotta wait for the tea to steep. Then I gotta wait for it to cool down because the tea is hotter than coffee and I don't want to burn my tongue. So that, to me, is the worst part. The coffee, you're only waiting once. Only once. You're waiting for it to brew. And then it'll maybe cool a little bit. But that's another reason I put so much heavy cream in my coffee. But that's it. It's not the wait for the water to boil. Wait for the tea to steam. Now wait for it to cool down because I'm going to put this much heavy cream in. I think that's the biggest annoyance. So yeah, I really want a cup of coffee. Do I need one? No. No, I don't. But I really want one. Do you want a story? I didn't know when this week I would tell this story. But I figured it's going to go on both of my YouTube channels at some point. But maybe a subliminal reason why I really, really want a cup of coffee is because back in 2013, I swore to myself that I would never, ever, ever be too cheap for a cup of coffee again. Why? Because I crashed my car coming home from grad school. Because I was too cheap for coffee. Yeah, it was 2 weeks before the end of the semester of my first year of grad school. And I was going for a writing degree. I do have my master's. I finished it. And I had a lot of projects to finish up because I was working full time. I was commuting to grad school, doing that full time. And at the end of the semester, no matter what program you're in, there's a lot of projects. So I'm driving home from grad school and it's like an hour, 15 or such a drive. So not bad, but not good either. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to pull an all-nighter. Okay, I'm prepped here. I'm mentally like, we're going to work. I'm going to pull an all-nighter. But you can't work while you're driving. You're just driving. So, and it was grad school. I was really, really broke. So I was not going to stop for a cup of coffee. There was coffee in the car. There was some kind of I don't understand this looking back, but there was an inch of, maybe it was really old. I don't know. Maybe it was from the morning or whatnot. I just hadn't thrown it out yet. But there was a cup of coffee in the car with an inch of coffee in it. Maybe that much. Maybe not that much. Maybe it was an empty cup of coffee. I don't remember. But there was some amount of coffee in that cup. And I'm driving home. It's a hard drive that night. Not weather conditions. Weather conditions were great and everything, but it was a hard drive. I'm like, okay, these are all the projects I'm going to work on. I have this going on. I got to do this. I got to write this many poems because it was a writing program. I got to do this. And I know I'm tired. I know I'm doing the long blanks. So I am blasting rock music, cranked it up, belting along, which if anyone has heard me sing in a car, your ears will bleed. I'm very glad that I was alone for that. I mean, it was late at night, so there wasn't anyone that I was going to call and be like, talk to me. And so I tried that. It wasn't working. I rolled all the windows. I was like, get me the fresh air in my face. See if that helps. No lack of oxygen here. Still doing these long blanks. I'm talking to myself I'm still doing these long, you know it. You know, the long blanks. Those ones. And I don't pull over and take a nap. I don't know why. I don't think I had even entered into my ideas yet. But then I knew I had to do an all-nighter. Why am I going to take a nap if I'm going to do an all-nighter? And I'm driving home, and I live in a rural farming area. So a lot of the roads go through the fields. If anyone's driven through the fields, especially where we are in the black dirt fields, there are deep ditches on the side of the road. These are 8 to 10 foot deep ditches, and some of them are pretty sheer. The good thing about black dirt is it's really super silky, powdery soft. So that part is good. And so I'm driving along. I am 5 minutes, maybe less, maybe 3 minutes from my house. I'm going through this last stretch of black dirt fields roads before we come up to the mountain, and then it's driving around the mountain a bit. And I do a long blank, and I realize that my tire is off, my passenger side tire is off the road on the shoulder, headed towards the ditch. I jerk the wheel. Now I'm headed straight for a telephone pole. That's worse. Jerk the wheel again, and you can guess it. We go into the ditch. I go into the ditch. And I roll my car, but it's not a classic sideways roll. No. Have you ever seen a car roll this way? We called it ass over teacup. big ass teacup. And I was so out of it at that point. I was in such a half state that I'm pretty sure that I realized that I was going into the ditch. But I do remember that as I was doing the spin, that, because I did a spin and then it just slid for like 50 feet. Felt bad for the guy's fields I messed up, but thank God there wasn't too much planted in there yet. I didn't mess it up too bad. And I remember being in the spin section and I thought I was on a roller coaster. Like, I'm pretty sure, put my hands up in the air, woo, on a roller coaster. I'm a coaster junkie. I'm pretty sure that's how I shredded 3 fingernails. People are like, oh my God, you shredded 3 fingers. No, I shredded 3 fingernails. I walked out of this with angels on my shoulder. And I'm pretty sure the angels given up on me by then after that. It's like, you used up your shot, you're good, okay, go. Because my only injuries is 3 shredded fingernails and some pretty good seatbelt burn, but that's about it. And being drenched in coffee. Remember I told you there was that near empty cup of coffee that was sitting in there that must have been really old or really empty? Yeah, that must have like aerosolized and it covered the entire interior of my car. Now I had a Honda Element at that point. God, I love that car. They changed it up, so I didn't get a new one after that. But, oh, that car was great. I miss that car. And so it looks like a lunchbox, a Honda Element, basically. And, but it's big. It's SUV interior. So, but every surface was covered with, like, this inch of coffee that was in the cup. But, yeah, so I thought it was a roller coaster until we do that slide stop. And I finally, like, it truly hit me that something is really wrong as I watched the windshield spider web crack. And yeah. So I'm trying to find my phone because I'm sitting sideways in the car because we're in the ditch. Or, yeah, we're facing the other way into the ditch. Something like that. I was on the other side of the ditch. It was weird. I don't remember that part well enough, directions-wise. But I'm trying to find my phone. We live in an area where there is like zilch cell phone service. And I don't have much battery left, of course. But I do manage to call her like, Mom, Dad, I crashed the car. Call her. No one wants to get, I'm okay. Totally freaked out and whatnot. But yeah, I made a deal with myself after that night that I will never, ever, ever be too cheap for a cup of coffee again. And now this challenge. As I talk to you guys in my PJs. Now this challenge. Consolation points for this challenge. I am not doing any long drives. And I'm not doing them at night either. I'm not really doing any night driving. So, like, no worries. Like, no worries on that part. That was a very unique situation. I had since learned after that part in grad school that you're tired, you just pull over the side of the road and take a nap. Okay? Even if you sleep for 20 minutes, you get up, you feel better, you drive for another 20 minutes, and then you're feeling bad again. Okay, pull over the side, take a nap. I have traveled after grad school when Metals and Pieces really got started because I realized that we wanted to do something beautiful and meaningful. That was the jewelry, but also really wanted to travel. So we got on the show circuits. So my sister and I, maybe we'll tell you some of these stories eventually. We spent 2 years, really, every weekend on the road. And I tell you, we put lots of night miles on. We put lots of night miles on, and we bought lots and lots of coffee. So tea is just not cutting it. Tea is for, like, the relaxing afternoon. It's not for the morning wake up and let's get going. All right, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And yeah, so make sure, updates definitely before I go, make sure that you get your points in, enter to win our current April giveaway, which is the Tough Love giveaway for our 2021 Mother's Day necklace. This necklace is being gifted to 16 different celebrity moms. I would tell you who they are, but I'm under contract not to. So until I get the A-OK, which will probably happen after Mother's Day, then I can let you know who the 16 celebrity mamas are who are receiving medals and pieces for Mother's Day. And that's in conjunction with the artisan groups. So they're getting big swag boxes for Mother's Day. It's really awesome. Yeah, but you can enter to win. We're going to have 3 winners, so you definitely don't miss out on this. We're going to have 3 winners for our giveaway. You can enter at bit.ly/toughlovegiveaway. So that's coming up. And also, last notice, if you are a Star Wars fan, comment below. Let me know. Because we have some truly amazing Star Wars stuff coming up for May the 4th. I am so excited about this. This is the project I'm behind on this week, which is why I'm blaming coffee. All right, that's it, Beastie. I'll see you tomorrow.